Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Alexa.
We want to live in a world in which not 1 ounce of our hard work or our pain will be for nothing. We want to live in a world in which nothing is lost. But what I've learned in living with stage 4 cancer is that there is no correlation between how hard I try and the length of my life. Kate Bowler, a 42-year-old woman, spoke these words at TEDMed in 2018. The quote inspires people all around the world, and it solidifies the importance of the brain's natural desire. It also brings about the idea of accepting inadvertent, life-changing events as purposeless as much as it comes difficult to us. Sharing her eye-opening story, Kate Bowler provides insight on how she brought herself to light during the most devastating time of her life. It reveals that not everything happens for a reason and how to overcome that belief. This speech took place at a TEDMed Corporation in Palm Springs, California. The site is crucial to show Kate's importance since millions of people either viewed or acknowledged her speech due to this. It took place on November 14th during the first 3 days of TEDMed's Chaos and Clarity campaign. The government shutdown, immigration issues, mass shootings and gun control, and mental health movements all played a role in both Kate's speech and the people of the audience. These occurrences also affected the people around them. Kate Bowler is now 42, happily living as a wife and mother to 1 child. Though after hearing terrible news about her major health decline in 2015, prolonged treatment, trauma, and experience with pain followed. After years of immunotherapy and success with treating her cancer, it led to the speech that I am sharing with you today. She's both a successful speaker and a writer, and the content of her words are inspired by her own life experiences and how she found meaning and love through her crisis. This speech is found to be impactful to people all around the world, whether they've experienced something similar or maybe they're just an observer to the speech. It shares the story of Kate's life and how she worked hard over many years, and she actually believed everything was perfect. Yet after writing the book called Blessed, she was ironically called to the hospital. This gives insight on how the phrase "everything happens for a reason" tends to be false, giving viewers a new perspective. Her own lessons on love and life are shown through her books, articles, and much more. The author's purpose shows people that their life isn't ruined just by something difficult occurring, and she explains choosing how to live through those difficult times is something that will change your life in the most beneficial way. She accomplished sharing her perspective on finding beauty through terror, as she does explain this in her speech, and she also accomplishes getting over 6 million views to this, creating her own website, achieving an enormous increase in popularity, and inspiring countless lives. Although the audience is barely visible, it appears they're active listeners. They shared similar reactions when Kate laughed, cried, and interacted. This speech hasn't been televised, but it has appeared in books and news articles and things like that, and many people have also donated to her family and the American Cancer Society due to the speech. And this just basically shows the irony of what happened in her life, or she at least explains it.
And there I was, working at my dream job with my little baby and the man I had imported from Canada. But a few months before, I'd started feeling pain in my stomach and had gone to every expert to find out why. No one could tell me. And then, out of the blue, some physician's assistant called me at work to tell me that I had stage 4 cancer and that I was going to need to come to the hospital right away. And all I could think of to say was, but I have a son. I can't end. This world can't end. It has just begun. And then I called my husband and he rushed to find me and I said all the true things that I have known. I said, I have loved you forever. I have loved you forever. I am so sorry. Please take care of our son. And then as I began the walk to the hospital, it crossed my mind for the first time. Oh, how ironic. I had just written a book called Blessed. And there...
All right, with Ethos, she credibly explains the person she was before her incident. She explains her visits to numerous theologists over the years researching this same concept as her. And she explains her joy after years of infertility and how she finally was able to get her dream job in academia. Locos is present in the belief of the prosperity gospel and how many people told her that God gave her cancer, and also in sharing the reason why people feel uncomfortable without knowing a perfect answer to everything. Pathos is also present because she shares her true emotions, of course, by animating happiness, laughter, and tears. This gave the audience a chance to reflect, understand, and connect in their own way. There is some medical news that nobody, absolutely nobody, is prepared to hear. I certainly wasn't. This shows amplification on how almost no person is considered to be prepared to hear terrible or unexpected life-changing news. Life's like a boomerang. If you're good, good things will always come back to you. This analogy represents the idea of how karma works in terms of being a good or bad person. But at the same time, I've experienced love, so much love I've found hard to explain. I chose this third rhetorical device since it just shows how immense the love felt to her. This speech will endure in the future because it touches the topic of mental health and crisis. Many people struggle today with their mentality, happiness, and questions related to what they believe in. People also struggle with the idea of reasonless happening, so this speech provides a thorough answer and thorough response on how it is okay to not always have an answer. So in conclusion, Kate Bowler's speech provided significant perspective on facing and conquering the toughest of obstacles and how she found happiness through that. Thank you for listening to my speech.